Glenn Beck got really creepy and religious on his show the other day. He apparently thinks he has magical powers.
You know, I made a promise to God in the last 12 months. I promise you, I believe in miracles. You show them to me and I will declare them. I am not afraid of standing and saying, that was a miracle. And we have seen them, starting at the Man on the Moon. I mean, there's one that 20,000 people saw. It hadn't rained in 100 years on that weekend. It rains on that weekend. And I mean rains. I mean, it pours. It pours rain. What happens? We get together, all of us, and we pray. 20,000 people, we pray. There's a double rainbow over the stage. It clears up. It was absolutely miraculous the way this thing happened.
How are we supposed to have a rational conversation with that guy? And this has wide-ranging effects because he is, to some extent, a representative of the political right in the country. You could say guys like him, like Rush Limbaugh, like Sean Hannity, like Bill O'Reilly, that all these guys represent a certain version of political thought and political talk that is representative of a pretty significant portion of the American public. I wouldn't say 50%, but are we talking anywhere from 25% to 40%? Sure. But how are we supposed to sit down, have a discourse, make logical points, and come to some sort of compromise or agreement on how we're going to run this crazy thing called society and called America? How are we supposed to do that when they say stuff like that? I'm serious about this. Because here's the thing. Glenn Beck and I basically do the same thing. He has a TV show that no one, a TV channel that no one watches. I have a YouTube channel that people actually do watch. There's a little bit of a difference here. I'm kidding. Not really, but kind of. So I take this job seriously, and it requires a lot of reading and a lot of learning and a lot of thinking and a lot of work. And then you have guys like Beck, who are the polar opposite politically in terms of their thought, and they're a disgrace to political talk. I mean, they really are, because they're more religious preachers at this point than disseminators of information. I mean, that's what he represents. Think about what I have to do to come out here and give a show and all the stuff that goes into it versus what he has to do. What kind of preparation did you need to do to come up with your bullshit story about how your prayers made a double rainbow? I'll tell you what you had to do, Beck. Nothing. Bupkis. You decided, I want to pretend like I'm magical and I'm special and I'm a prophet and I'm a man of God and I'm religious and I believe in miracles. So let me go out there and tell a fake story about how I had a double rainbow and I made it rain. Funny, don't make a rap video joke. I made it rain because I'm so special. And all my followers are special. We believe in miracles. We could change the weather. Debating you, then, is like, debating somebody from the year 1242 who is sprinkling goat blood on somebody to try to cure their cancer, and they're dancing around a fire at night chanting to the sky god. I mean, that's what it's like. So here's the thing. We're not going to have a conversation with you because you're not worthy of it. Why do you think a majority of the segments I do about Beck or guys like him, it's more mocking than anything? It's to illustrate a point. The point is, you should not take these guys seriously. They're not in the realm of respectable thought where it makes sense to talk to them. It would honestly be more fruitful to go pick a 16-year-old out of school and say to them, and they don't know anything about politics, right? And sit down and discuss the ideas about the different forms of government and what goes on in the world. That would make more sense, and you would learn more from that, and it would be more productive than if you tried to sit down with Glenn Beck, because he's just TFG, as I call it. Too far gone.